Afternoon, ladies. I hope you're all right. Well, I promised you a 10 and 20, and I told you it was all in the preparation. Um, this is similar to the card that we're going to make today. Okay, and it's just using one stamp set, and it's Father Christmas from Stampin' Up. Okay, and as you can see, it has 3 layers. It's got real red, old olive, and very vanilla. Okay, and I'll show you what I've done to prepare for this. If you're working, where's my layers gone? If you're working, what I suggest you do is when the kids have gone to bed and they're all fed and watered and what have you, cut your cardstock. Okay, once you have a design in your head, cut all your layers, get it all prepared. I've distressed and inked the sides of mine. Okay, but they're all my layers. So what I'm going to do first, I've got all my stamps prepared on the blocks. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do all my stamping, and then we're going to put these layers together. So as I say, I'm going to use Crumb Cake Classic ink. I'm going to use Smoky Slate Classic ink, and I'm going to use Emerald Envy. Okay, so we're going to start with our frame first, and I'm going to do that in Crumb Cake. I'm just inking up my stamp. Yeah, put the ink on there, and we're just going to go do it one at a time now. I'm just going to go to the top of the stamp and stamp down. My dogs are barking. It's probably Mr. Brown come with my lovely puzzle. So there you go. So there's the top of our card. Okay, and you just carry on like that. This is 10 cards. So we're just going to carry on. Get that one out of the way. And you'll notice around these stamps, I'll show you now. Oh, that one hasn't got it. I've done well with that one. But the stamp is quite deceiving. You see on the stamp, you have a border going around it. So just keep a check on that. And my tripod still hasn't turned up. I think it's on the slow boat from China. Okay, and you just carry on. This is one you can prepare it when you've sorted your kids and what have you, husband and what have you, and then film it on your day off, or sit and just do it on your day off if you don't do YouTube videos. But each time I'm inking the pad up, and I hope I'm in shot. There, I think I'm better in shot now. I'm trying this camera from so many different angles until this blimmin' tripod turns up. And you'll notice I'm not using my stamp mat, and that is because these are red rubber stamps and they've already got a foam mount on them. so they don't need you to use the stamp mat. I'm going to move these to the side because I've just wrapped them resting in the ink pad. Oh dear Lord. Anyway. Okay. And you don't really need to put a lot of pressure on these. Just give it 5-second rule, as I always tell you. We've got 2 left and then we'll start on the bottom frame. If you just leave your stamp on for 5 seconds, not putting much pressure on at all, for the ink to transfer onto the paper. Okay, and the last one, and then we'll start on our bottom border. My hands are all swollen today, so I've had to take all my rings and all off. Okay, so now I'm going to discard that, and I have got my stampin' scrub at the side of me, so I will clean all my stamps. Can you see the bottom of that now? Okay, so we're going to do our bottom frame. And don't worry about it because it is meant to be vintage looking. So when you're batch making, first of all, get an idea in your head of what you want and what design you want to put on your card. Okay, and once you've done that, you're flying. Just get all your layers cut. As you can see, I pre-cut all mine. I pre-distressed them, and now it's just a matter of filming them and putting them together. Don't get yourself all worked up. See, I end up sending out, to be honest with you, about 150 cards with the hubby's work and all. So I regularly, I do this quite often. And when I had the wedding hire shop and I was doing wedding invitations and all, this would be how I spent my evenings. I would get them all prepared one evening or over a couple of evenings, and then I would just sit and stamp or cut or whatever. But you don't get yourself stressed over it. At the end of the day, it's a piece of card. If you make a mistake, turn it over and start again. Right, the base card I'm using, as I said, is real red, and all that is it's an A4 sheet cut in half and about ½ inch taken from the bottom, and that means it will fit in our standard C6, I think, envelope. Okay. And all you do with your layers is you take them down in a, oh, made a hash of that one, see, in the corner. But we won't worry about that because that can be covered up with something. Okay, this is our last one for the border. Okay, and there we go. So that's me finished now with the crumb cake. And I'm going to come in now with the Smoky Slate Classic ink. I love this, absolutely love it, because it makes your cards and all look as though they've been, just see where I'm going, hand drawn. Absolutely love it. And it shows up the detail, brilliant. So there's our Santa, do you see that? Okay, bring in the next one, just make sure he's inked up. And I bet you there's someone out there that's timing me. Well, you see, if there is, could you please let me know when you've watched the video exactly how long it took me from when I first put the stamp down. So yeah, I was saying about your layers. For each layer, you just go down by 1/4 of an inch, either way, on the lengthwise and on the widthwise. See, they're all drying now while I'm carrying on doing the rest. And as I say, with a red rubber stamp, you don't need your stamping mat. It's only when you use the photopolymer ones that I would recommend using your stamping mat. But to be honest with you, Stampin' Up stamps, even their inks, you just couldn't, for the quality, you couldn't fault them, you know. And if you do have problems with especially the photopolymer, it was told to me by a different team leader, not my own team leader, that if you either use your Stampin' Scrub on them before you'd actually use the stamp, or put Versamark on before you put your ink on, you will get a much crisper image. Because when they're made in the factory, they do actually have a residue on them, and that is what makes your ink bead. Or if you have a very juicy ink pad, that will cause your ink to bead as well. Okay, this is the last one for our Santa. Am I doing okay, girls? Santa's sack full of the goodies. Okay, and I'm just going to put that, you can't see where I'm putting, I'm just going to put that to the side. And this, ladies, once I have done this, is our 10 and 20 card front finished. All we have to do is construct our layers, and that is it. And you don't get stressed. You don't think, oh God. Everything is in the preparation. If you know what you want, or you have an idea in your head, and it's just getting it onto paper, even if you don't have the time in one evening, break it up over a couple of evenings. And then just sit when you have a day to yourself and just batch make. I'm going to be doing a series on the run up to Christmas. Now Fridays, I said I would do a batch make, a 10 and 20 on a Wednesday. Now that will involve different cards, different stamp sets, what have you. And then on a Friday, I'm going to help you out with your gift boxes, probably some ornaments of some nature. I'm not colouring these in because I like the vintage look and I like the way they are. But you could sit on another evening and just sit colouring in. There's nothing more relaxing than colouring in. And Stampin' Up do a range of Stampin' Right markers. You can get them in all the colourways to match all your card stock. I've just ordered some, so hopefully I'll be able to come on and show you. And you see with the way that stamp, that image, right? If I get my stamp and I colour that sack in red on the stamp with the Stampin' Right markers, and then I colour these in individual colours, all these toys, teddy bears, what have you, and you huff on it to moisten it again, the ink, and you're ready to go. You can stamp a multicoloured image. So that's all our card fronts done, ladies. So I can now get rid of my smoky slate ink. Okay, so now these are my inserts, and I've got 10 inserts, and I've got my stamp out, and I'm going to stamp that in Emerald Envy. I'm just seeing which way up the stamp is. Let me just see. It's the right way. So I'm just going in on the middle, down, up. Just making sure that's one sheet of card. Again, sort of in the middle. another thing, another hint I'll give you is when you're doing this type of card making, batch making we call it, I would advise you to use small amounts of wet glue. If you use wet glue in large amounts, your paper tends to buckle, if you like. But if you use it in small amounts, then it's grand. My nail must have gone in the ink. Last one, and then we'll get to constructing our cards. Okay, oh no, tell a lie, there's one more, they're stuck together. Okay, now we can get to constructing our cards. There's all my stamps done with. There's my layer. I've got another one here. I'll stamp it just in case. It's on top of the other pile. Okay. Right, so that's all the ink's done, dusted, put away. Now we're going to come on to our layers. So this, like I said, is real red. And all you do is cut your A4 in half. You line it up. Go in with your bone folder. Good crease. I've probably gone over the 20 minutes because I like to waffle. But it's worth it, ladies, because it gets it all out the way in one go. Still haven't wound up. Oops. But you just get yourself an assembly line. If you want to put embellishments on, get them all in the pot, and always throw in a couple of extra just in case they go flying on the floor or what have you. But they're getting there. These are 10 to fold. I will be bringing other cards to you, and there will be shaped cards, and there will be shaker cards, and lovely Christmas shaker cards, and shaker boxes. You were on my Facebook the other day, I put up a picture of a shaker box. Right, so there's that one. Where's my greens? So what I'm going to do is take my greens, take my toppers, and they're just going to get stuck onto each other. See where they had it in the ink? Good job it's the back, isn't it? Another tip, don't go right up to the edge with your glue, because it will seep out, and wet glue is very forgiving and it does give you that extra wiggle. But just as I say, don't go right up to your edge, because you will end up, it will seep out. I'm just going all over this. I've learned, me and Ted and Tape, we fell out. We're not friends anymore, especially not for Carl. No. Back to the old glue, wet glue. I would, even if you have children, I would get the children to get involved in putting these layers on. Or even grandchildren. I should have waited till my grandson was here on Sunday, shouldn't I? Got him to do something, to probably done a better job. So I do into 2 pieces then. Well, I've gone over my 20 minutes. But don't forget, I was waffling to begin with before I even put a stamp to the paper. But I've even done inserts as well, so I've done one extra topper. Don't know how I've managed that, but there's an extra topper. how quick you can get it going once you've got all your bits. I probably will add some Winker Stella to these before I go to the charity shop. I will box them up in boxes of 5 with envelopes. And take them to the charity shop like I do with all my extra samples that I make. Got a box at the minute waiting to go. So I didn't do one extra. Okay, and now to put our insert in, and we're doing for 10. Not too good. But I did say we were only making the cards, I didn't say about insert. They'd added extra. Stampin' Up make it ever so easy because everything in their range just marries up with everything. what I would just suggest, ladies, is if you do a sample of what you want your cards to look like, and then, as I say, do it bit by bit, and then when you have got a day off, the children are in school, you've got all your housework and what have you done, and you've got time to yourself, sit down and do it. Do them all. And the chances are the people that you're going to send out to probably won't even realise they've got the same card as somebody else. Should have said tea first, and then I grab a brew. 3 more, ladies, that's it. 3 more inserts and that's us done. But I just love this set. Absolutely love it. Dog's going mad. This is probably my tripod. So there we go, 10 cards done and dusted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there you have it, ladies, and it's took me 39 minutes, but you can knock off 10 for the waffling that I've done at the beginning. And all I would do, to be honest with you, is on this one that I done, I just added a couple of rhinestones, and I did do the borders in gold ink. So yeah, so there you go. So I will be bringing you a series every Wednesday, and I'll try and cut it down a bit so it'll be 10 and 20. And on Friday I've cased this, but I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you how to make this box. Isn't it lovely? And it has bags of room, oops, inside to hold your treats. And I'm also going to show you how to make how to make these gift tags. Okay, so take care, ladies, and I'll speak to you all on Friday. Bye bye.